Former President Donald Trump campaigning in Iowa overnight, making no mention of a bombshell decision by the Colorado Supreme Court, ruling that he engaged in insurrection when he tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election. The decision also making him ineligible to hold office under the 14th Amendment and disqualifying him from Colorado's March 5th primary ballot. The court repeatedly citing Mr. Trump's own words on January 6th as evidence of insurrection when he urged supporters to march on the Capitol and fight certification of the 2020 election for Joe Biden.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Mr. Trump's campaign calling the court's decision, quote, completely flawed and vowing to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The political backlash to the ruling instant, with the former president's allies rushing to his defense. House Speaker Mike Johnson calling it, quote, nothing but a thinly veiled partisan attack. His rivals also attacking the decision, Ron DeSantis calling it an abuse of judicial power. The ruling is on hold for now, with the Trump campaign already vowing to appeal. And legal efforts over the same issue have failed across the country, including lawsuits dismissed in Minnesota and New Hampshire, and a Michigan appeals court rejecting challenges to his candidacy just this month. Mr. Trump has been unaffected by his legal issues in primary polls, already fundraising off the Colorado decision. He is still the Republican frontrunner and still defending his most controversial rhetoric on the campaign trail. After his comments that immigrants are, quote, poisoning the blood of America, critics pointing out Adolf Hitler used similar wording in his writings. Trump doubling down last night.
And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
Now, this Colorado decision has had the perhaps unanticipated political impact of uniting Donald Trump's remaining primary rivals in his defense. It's not just Ron DeSantis, but Nikki Haley and Chris Christie, all calling the court's ruling politically motivated and arguing that if Donald Trump is going to be kept from returning to the White House, it should be voters who stop him, not judges. No word yet from the Biden White House or campaign. Savannah?
All right, Garrett, thank you so much. I want to turn to our senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. Good morning, Laura. We just heard some of the political ramifications. This may ultimately help Donald Trump once again. But what's the legal significance of one state, Colorado, saying he cannot be on our primary ballot and then pausing that hearing so the Supreme Court can weigh in?
Okay, so let's start with the basics, with what the Constitution says, so we understand their reasoning. The Constitution's basic principle is that if you have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution, you cannot then engage in an insurrection. And so what the court is saying here is because of what happened on January 6th, Trump engaged in an insurrection. The hook here, guys, is that the Constitution is silent about what happens if that person is the president. They're just silent about that. And so there's been this raging debate in legal circles about whether this should apply to Trump or not. It's a great law school exam. It's a real disaster for the courts who say, look, we don't want to get involved in the political process. That should be up to the people. But now that one court has decided, it's ultimately going to be up to the Supreme Court. Their hands are going to be forced.
It's classic because it's a split decision. You have some states saying, of course, this section of the Constitution doesn't apply. He can be on the ballot. You've got one state saying, no, let's rip him off the ballot. The Supreme Court is going to have to step in. Here's the question. I mean, it takes a long time for a Supreme Court case to make its way through the process.
Usually.
Right. So would they fast track it, or could this just could this run out the clock and, where it's sort of moot at some point?
I think we're going to see pretty quickly how they want to handle this, if at all. Because remember, right now, status quo, nothing has changed. He remains on the ballot. They put their own decision on hold, recognizing sort of the gravity of what they were doing. And if Trump appeals, then everything is frozen. There's still a stay in place. And they could really just run out the clock and just sit on it, at least through the primary in March. The question is, what happens for the general election? And at that point, they're going to have to decide at some point before that in November.
Okay. Laura Jarrett, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.